Hello! So today I'm gonna show you how to make fast typography like Apple's Don't Blink video from a few years ago. I posted a teaser yesterday, which is this. It goes without saying that the most important part here is the music. You need a really good music with like a fast beat, and that's really like chopped, so that it looks good. And there are also a few different techniques, so I'm gonna go over each one that I've used here and show you how to make it. I'm just gonna reuse the same text because I have no inspiration. First thing you're gonna do is create a background color. So, yes, you do have the black, but if you want to have white once in a while, it's better to make color clips. So add color clip, and you say okay for a black one. I already have one, so I'm just gonna drag it here. I also will need my music, so I'm just gonna copy and paste it from here and pretend I'm starting again from the beginning. So first thing I'm gonna say is welcome, because I don't know, I could have said hello, I realized later, but I was like, it's already done. So if you listen to the music, it's like growing bigger and bigger. And then there's the drop. So until the drop, I will have this welcome. And what I did is I added a transform effect to change the size of the welcome. And there's a bit at the very beginning. Here you can see it. So I made it 100% at the bit and 10% before so that it grows. And then, very important part, you want it to be smooth. Just smooth. And at the end, if you add a keyframe at the end, it will, that's also smooth. There will be a curve in the whole thing, and so here it won't be 100%, it will be 106, and so it will be more dynamic this way. So this is the first part. Then on the drop it stops. Then I wrote tomorrow. Let's find the tomorrow. It might be called today. Yes, because I called it today at first. So what I did in this case was making it move just a slight bit. So I'm gonna also add a transform effect here. And after 3 frames, I want it to be right in the middle. Also with smooth keyframes. But at the very beginning, I want it to be a bit to the right. And then it's gonna slide in. And this seems a bit slow. I want it faster. So shorter. Until the next bit. Here. So it will stop here. And I will add another keyframe here at 100, another here a little bit to the left. And everything needs to be smooth, as usual. So right now, it will look slowly like this. Tomorrow, I will. So right now is another technique. It's quite big right now. Which is with rotoscoping. So here we will show first the eye and then the wheel. So I will add rotoscoping, so you can just look for it here. I just have it in my favorites. I will circle wheel. Why wheel? Because it's bigger and so it's easier. But I want it to not be seen, so I'm gonna use subtract. By the way, tell me if you'd be interested in a full video on only rotoscoping, because I do use it a lot. So yeah, I know I've had a request about it, and some comments as well, so like, please tell me, let me know. So right now, I have only eye, but it's not centered, so I would want it to be centered. I'm gonna add, well, no, wait, once again. It's not centered, but we'll see after. I want the rotoscoping to show eye and then wheel. So on the next bit, so on here we have this so the big one, we're gonna right before maybe like one frame, smooth. Well, actually for rotoscoping it doesn't really matter. Here I will move my big box to the right. And now if I play it, yep. But it would look better if the eye was centered, as I said. So we're gonna add a transform effect. And I want it to be, when the wheel is finished, I want it to be centered eye wheel. So I will add a frame here, and 2 frames before, at the same time as when the wheel will start appearing, we will move a little bit to the right so that the eye is centered. And the good thing, since we added that keyframe first, we can see where the middle is now. And so we can center the eye with the red dots. And here it's 114, so here I'm gonna also put in 114. And put everything to smooth. And so, right now, let's go frame by frame. It will move a little, and it's more dynamic. You might want to add another keyframe at the end. I don't know. You can look at it and see, like, it will move a little bit at the end. Do you like it, do you not? I don't know. And then you can choose. If you add a keyframe at the end, it will kind of move. The third effect I want to show is... I have to check. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you also how to change the colors. So I'm just gonna press X to have my scissors. You could also just press here and cut right under my eye wheel clip. Because I want it to be another color. I want it to be black on white and not white on black. And then I press S to go back into selection mode, and I go and look for invert. Inverts the color since it's in the color tab. And I'm gonna add it to both of the clips, and now it's black on white instead of white on black. And you can change the colors like really regularly to really make it more fast, you know. So right now we have this. Okay, next one. What do we have here? Sorry, I'm gonna just check what I showed. Oh yeah, so here we have a little bit of a zoom. Let's do this. Show. So the first clip time that we see show, it's kind of just normal on it. And then I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Listen to the clap, it's right at the right moment. Cut the clip underneath again. There are 2 claps here, so there's a second clap here, so I'm just gonna shorten it a little and cut here again. Oops, not the last time. Yes. To this one I'm gonna add invert. And to this one as well. And now we have show and showed in the other color. I'm gonna then add a transform effect to this one, because I want it to be a little bigger. Not too much, maybe like 130. A little more, it's not noticeable right now. 150. Okay, it's centered, everything is good. And then go back to the simple one. And so right now, we have a new one, which is a little zoom thingy. That's nice. Then, I think it's mostly done for the simple ones. But this one is the same, the U. How to make is the same as the eye wheel, but with 3 and then another zoom. This one is actually made with the transform effect, so I could show you this one as well. I will just show it to you on the eye wheel, because you could just add here another keyframe at 100% and then add one more with a bigger zoom, like 150. Okay, and the eye will be bigger. Also, smooth keyframes, always. And in this case, I'll just remove the last keyframe so it doesn't look weird. and now it looks I will, and then it gets bigger. I'll just remove these because I don't want them for now. And all of that is simple. Oh, this one is quite interesting actually. I'm gonna make the fast typography one. Where is it? Here. So for this one, what I did is I showed fast, then typography, then both of them. But it's actually only one clip the whole time. So here again, I'm gonna use rotoscoping. And then gonna add points around fast. And remove this point. And I'm gonna put it to minimum. Because it's basically always minimum or subtract. Minimum is if you want to show what's in it, and subtract if you want to show what's out of it. So first I want to show fast, then when's the draw bit? Somewhere around here, yeah. So like here I will add a keyframe. And 2 frames later another keyframe, and then I will show typography. So yeah, the thing is you first do the rotoscoping and then you do the transform, because else it will just, well, you can try, you'll see it just looks weird because it won't add the dots where you want them to be because the image you see is already transformed. So I will see fast and then typography, and then I want to see both. So I'm gonna actually make it a bit longer until here, and at this, so around here, so like one before and then a little after, I will show both of them. So right now it doesn't move, and we'll see fast typography fast. Okay, but it would look better like the I will if the word was always centered. So let's use transform again. And here we know we want it to be centered when fast typography is on. So at this moment. So you can add a keyframe here, and you know this one will be good. Put it to smooth. Then you can go back to your first keyframe and you want fast to be centered. So you can just move it in X, align the middle with the dot. Then you just follow the keyframes here. You can add another keyframe here, which needs to be at the same number, so 321. For this one as well. Oof. It needs to be smooth, and I forgot to make the first one smooth. Here, typography will be centered. So let's add a keyframe and center typography. You can just eyeball it, you know. So yeah. So typography is centered. Let's put it to smooth. -122. So here I add another keyframe, make it smooth, and put it at -122. And now we should have it going fast, typography, and then both of them. So right now there's a bit of time where it appears. I like it like that. You can just make it 1 frame instead of 2 frames each time, and then you wouldn't have the transition between the two. Okay, and the last one is the date one, I think. I think that's the only different one that I used. Like, yeah, again, colors, changing colors always works if you want to have a bit that does something, but you don't want to put another word. The date. So the date is this one. So yeah, you can see like it's just scrolling numbers until it puts the right one. So what I did is I made a clip saying Thursday the 12th here. So it looks like this. You don't actually even need to put the number, it's just so it's the right size for me. So I am gonna take it, put it here. Then I'm gonna use my best friend, Rotoscoping. And I'm gonna rotoscope the 12 out. So poof, 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 poof. So I said out, so I want to subtract. and I will remove this other one that has no purpose. Then I made another title clip with numbers. So this one, wait, I won't show the background, has just a few numbers in a row. I could have added more or less, but you don't want it to be bigger than the height of your frame. If you do want like a lot of them, you can make it bigger, but then you'll have to make it also bigger. Well, if you want to make more, you have to make the font smaller, of course, because you still want it to fit in the frame, and then you can zoom in when you do the last part. So I'm gonna just drag and drop this here. Wait, I'm gonna drag and drop from here. Yep. So right now it looks a bit weird. First thing I'm gonna do is add my good friend Rotoscoping. So I want it to only be visible where the number is supposed to be, so here. So right now it looks, well, I don't know, I don't like it that much like this. And what I did is I added a little bit of feathering so that, I don't know, you can see it move a bit, you know. Yeah, not too big though. And then you're gonna add our second best friend, transform. Yeah, this whole effect is just transformers and Rotoscoping. So right now, you see if I move, well, it's not the right direction. Let's put it back to 0. If I move in Y, the whole thing moves with the Rotoscoping. And what you want to do is invert both effects. And then, when you move with transform, it will move inside the box of the Rotoscoping, which is exactly what we want. One thing I just noticed though is that we have an issue with the size of the box. I want it to be... Oh yeah, it's not right and clear. It's minimum, sorry. So yeah, transform. When I move up and down, it moves inside the box. So I want it at the very beginning to be at 1. It doesn't matter if it's not really well aligned because it will move very fast. And then at the end, which is maybe in the middle, because you do want people to be able to see the number that you want, I'm gonna put it to 12. So like all the way in the other direction and align with the 12. And it's perfectly aligned because we fit the 12 in it in the first place. And so right now, wait, I'm gonna go slowly so you can see what's happening. The numbers are scrolling and then it finishes on 12. And I think that's all for the effects that I used in this video here. Let me just check really quick. So we do have the welcome. Yep. Yeah, just maybe the last one. It's just a very big zoom here. I just zoomed very fast. And that's all there is to it. It's honestly like a pretty rewarding effect because it goes pretty fast. Well, you do have to make a single clip for each word, but other than that, like there's no effects involved. Pretty much compared to other stuff I do usually. And it looks really good at the end. So yeah, nice effect. So I hope you like it. Please tell me if you use it, by the way. For any of the effects I make, like, well, tutorials, you know, you can just send me videos on any of my social medias and I will watch it. And, oh yeah, also, the Discord server thing. Like, people had mentioned making a Discord server. Would you be interested? And if so, what do you do in a server like that? Like, I have no idea. I have had Discord for like a few months and I barely use it, so please, if you want something, like, people are like, do you have a Discord server? I'm like, well, I don't, but why would I have one? So please explain. Okay, well, if you don't have Discord, it's also okay, don't worry. So bye bye, and I will see you next week maybe. Okay.